Hey guys, today we are going to do the notes for surface area of rectangular prisms. So surface area, I described it in class, is kind of like, think of wrapping paper. So if you have a box, how much square inches or how many square feet would I need of wrapping paper to wrap all the way around of the box? So we're going to look at the formula two different ways. So for rectangular prisms, we're using this formula. And then for all the other kinds of prisms, we're going to be using these formulas. So let's start with rectangular. So on the left there, it has the formula. So when it's rectangular, there's three dimensions. There's length times width times height. So when you're finding surface area, you need to find the area of each one of these shapes. There's actually going to be 6 sides. So the front and the back, the left, the right, and then the bottom and the top. So if you go through the formula, that's exactly what's happening. So 2LW is referring to the top and bottom of that box. 2LH is referring to the left side and the right side of that box. And then last 2WH is talking about the front and the back. So if you do that formula, it's just going to find all 6 of those sides for you. Okay, so for number 1, I'm going to call 7 is the length, 13 is the width, and 9 is the height. And then from there, I'm just going to fill this in. So surface area equals, so SA, 2LW, so 2 times 7 times 13, plus 2LH, so that's going to be 2 times 7 times 9, plus 2WH, 2 times 13 times 9. Okay, and then now that I have it all written out, I'm just going to type this into the calculator. So there's my calculator. So 2 times 7 times 13 plus 2, 7, 9, plus 2, 13, 9. Okay, and that is what I get, 542. So my surface area is 542 square feet. Okay, let's do the next one. I'm just going to label those 3 dimensions again. So I'm going to call this one length, this one width, and this one height. And then let's plug them in. So surface area equals 2LW, so 2 times 10 times 16, plus 2LH, so 2 times 10 times 5, plus 2WH, 2 times 16 times 5. And then let's type this in and see what we get. Okay, and that is what I get for the second one, 580, and this time it's square centimeters. Okay, so on your packet, I want you guys to try number 3 on your own. And remember, this packet is going to count for a test grade this time around, so this is going to be one of the things that I'm checking for, that you did question number 3. Okay, so that is rectangular prisms. For all other kinds of prisms, we're going to use this formula here. So on the left side, it says the first thing you want to do is find lateral area, and that's in bold. Lateral area is the area of the non-bases. Then add the area of the bases. So in that figure, you see how they have a capital B pointed to that bottom? Well, capital B stands for the area of the base. In this picture, it happens to be a triangle, but it could be anything. So top and bottom would be our bases. That's where this 2b is coming from. Then the other part where it says perimeter height, if you find the perimeter of one of the bases, so all the way around, that is capital P. And then height is always between the two bases. So in this picture, the base is the top and the bottom. Height has to connect them. And that's where the rest of this comes from. Okay, so in this section, I think we have 6 examples. There's 3 in the front, and then there's 2 back here. So actually we have 5 examples. We're going to do 3 of them together, and then I'm going to leave 2 of them blank that I want you guys to try on your own. So let's look at number 4. That is a triangular prism. I can tell because in that figure, the top and the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and shade them in, are congruent triangles that are parallel to each other. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the perimeter, because for both of those formulas down here, I need capital P. So perimeter is I would need to find all 3 sides. So I'm going to do this kind of towards the bottom. One side is 9. One side is 12. Then I would want this third side. I don't see it marked, but since I know that the bottom is congruent, it must be 15. Okay, so let's add all 3 of those together. And that gives me, oops, I mistyped. That was a big number. There we go. That gives me 36. Okay, so then now, let's go ahead and find lateral area. So lateral area just says perimeter times the height. So I have my perimeter, but which one is the height? Height needs to connect the 2 bases. So in this case, height has to be that 16. Okay, so for lateral area, I'm going to call this LA. Perimeter, which is 36, times height, which is 16. So lateral area, 36 times 16 gives me 576 square meters. So what that did, the lateral area, is it just kind of found the walls of that shape. It didn't actually find the ceiling and the floor. So now for surface area, so SA, I still need the lateral area, so I still need the 36 times the 16, because that's my perimeter times the height. But then it says 2 capital B. Capital B is the area of the base. So I need to have a 2 here. So actually, you know what? I'm going to scoot this down to the bottom because I know I'm going to need some space. I need that 2 there. But now for capital B, so in this picture, those are B, those are the bases. I need area of a triangle. So I know that area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So I'm going to have 1/2. Then in this triangle, see how I have my perpendicular angle right there? That would be my base and height. So 9 times 12. Okay, so that's going to be the formula that gets me my surface area. Before I type in, the one thing that I see is right here, that's going to cancel out, 2 times 1/2. So I'm going to scratch those off, but everything else we're going to type into our calculator. Okay, so 36 times 16, but then plus 9 times 12. Remember that 2 and 1/2 cancel out. That gets me 684. Okay, so the blue part is just around the edges. The purple is the whole thing. Okay, so since we already did a triangle, I'm going to leave number 5 for you guys to try on your own. So make sure that you try number 5 on your own. Now let's look at number 6. So for number 6, this is a trapezoid prism. The front and the back are the bases. I'm going to highlight them. So the front and the back. Those are the bases. So I'm going to put B, B. Then height is whatever connects those two bases. So that's going to be that 15 right there. That's height. And then I need perimeter of the base. Okay, so perimeter, this has 4 sides. I have a 12, so I'm going to do this at the bottom. Plus 23 plus this diagonal line here is the same as the one in the back, so I know that that is 20. And then up top, again, it's the same as the back, so I know that that has to be 18. So all 4 of those together gives me 73. So now I can do my lateral area, perimeter times height. So this is my perimeter and this is height. So 73 times 15. Lateral area is 1,095 square feet. Okay, and then let's do surface area. So for SA, I still need perimeter times height. So I'm going to rewrite that 73 times 15. But now it says plus 2 capital B. Plus 2 capital B. So 2. And then capital B, that's a trapezoid. So you need the formula for area of a trapezoid. 1/2 the height of this trapezoid, which is 12. And then times base 1, base 2, so the top and the bottom. 23 plus 18. And then I'm going to close that up. Like the one before, this is kind of a coincidence, but the 2 and the 1/2 cancel, so I'm actually not going to bother typing that part into my calculator. I'm just going to type in all of the rest. Okay, so 73 times 15 plus 12 times, parentheses are important here, 23 plus 18. And that gets me 1,587, so 1,587 square feet for the total surface area. Okay, and then we already did a trapezoid, so I'm going to leave number 7 for you guys to do on your own. And let's do number 8. So this is another triangular prism. So the front and the back are my bases. So B for base. Okay, I want to find, and then, well, let me do this first. And then height is the line that connects the two bases. So I know that height is the 21. But now I want to find the area of one of the bases. Or, sorry, not area, perimeter. So I'm going to put P equals 15 plus 8 plus, I need this diagonal. And it would be the same as the back, only problem the back doesn't have it labeled either. But what's good is that this is a right triangle, so to find that diagonal, I'm going to redraw that triangle kind of just here to the side. I have that this is 15 and this is 8. I want to find this side. So this is Pythagorean theorem. 15 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. And then if I square root both sides, that'll get me that x. So let's find out what that is. Gets me 17. And then now in my figures, now I know that this is 17, so that's going to be part of my perimeter. 15 plus 8 plus 17. That gives me 40. Okay, so then now, lateral area is perimeter times the height. So 40 times 21. So that's 840 square inches. Okay, and then for surface area, I want those same numbers again. So 40 times 21 plus, so I'm using those same numbers. But now it's 2 capital B. So 2 times the area of the base, which we say is a triangle. So 2. And then area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Whatever two numbers are perpendicular. So 15 and 8. And like before, I know this 2 and 1/2 are going to cancel. So I'm just going to type in the rest. So I have 40 times 21 plus 8 times 15. And that's 960. So the total surface area of that figure is 960 square inches. Okay, and I actually think for now we'll stop there. So we went all the way through number 8, but I left you guys 3 problems to work on your own. I want you guys to try number 3, number 5, and number 7.